Yeah, Tony Kachar, yeah, let's not talk about him.
Interesting. Interesting.
It's some
Surprised, like how can we do that in 30 minutes? Told me that he already uses AI and has built agents which work for him. To you, please show us the magic.
You were talking about that you have a dream of building an army of AI agent working for you.
Deepak, I saw on your screen, which we discussed earlier, there were a lot of agents that you had created. Can you, if you don't mind, share a few of them with us?
Then there's a Tingu writer. Is
Hello, everyone, to Mentee Mike Learning Out Loud. I started 2025 with a quest to learn as much as possible about leadership, AI, and all things innovative. And I would like to learn out loud and share my insights with you all. So that is the purpose of starting this series. On today's discussion, we have Deepak. He has over 25 years of experience and a wealth of knowledge in healthcare and IT sector. He is my mentor, and recently while having a conversation, I was like we were discussing on how AI is going to change the world, and he told me that he already uses AI and has built agents which work for him. And I was surprised on how, like, I was curious on how we can do that in our daily life. And I told him that I would like to learn the same and build an agent of my own. And he told me that you can do that in only 30 minutes. I was surprised, like, how can we do that in 30 minutes? So, Deepak, over to you. Please show us the magic.
okay, yeah, Shivani, thank you. Indeed, Shivani, you were talking about that you have a dream of building an army of AI agent working for you. And even I think everyone is saying that, yeah, what's the exciting part is that we have an boards and AI agent and they're doing all the work and we are having all the fun all the time. And that's the life would be different. I think we are pretty much there. We are pretty much there. And I'll show you a few simple scenarios and I will show you that how you can build that. And that's I think fantastic things. I think many of the people who have that very tacky and all, okay, they are using a lot of things. But I'll be keeping it very simple today, and I will try that everyone can absorb it. Okay, so let me start out there. So first, let me showcase you a bit of a scenario out there. Okay, and I share that screen for that. Give me a moment.
I'm really excited to learn and build my own bots.
Yeah, yeah. Give me a moment. Screen.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Perfect. I think first I'll explain you. I'm just picked up. This is just a scenario, guys. It may not be or may not be applicable for you, but we can always relate back. So that's I kept it very simple. So that's some things as a scenario where is a you can see there's a bot, that image of a bot. So this is actually an AI agent. What I've done is that I have front side that I've integrated with an yeah, it's available on a browser, so you can put in a URL and you can start chatting with that. Or probably you can integrate. We can integrate with the WhatsApp. So people who are using a WhatsApp or Telegram, they can just go and start chatting on a particular number, and number is nothing else is an AI agent. Or probably we can integrate onto some sort of a kiosk. So this is a restaurant scenario. So that, and this bot is acting as an restaurant waiter or waitress whatsoever, and it has got all the knowledge about the restaurant menu, how to deal with the customer. So it's properly trained bot out there. Customer has comes, and normally what happens, we go to a restaurant, if you really see, or we are ordering from home, we have an access to the menu. We pick up the menu and then we start looking at, but we are still confused. What makes us comfortable indeed when we get to talk to someone and we can start talking like, oh, what is there, what you can recommend, and what goes well with that, something like that. So someone should help us to make the decision, and that's that this bot does. And yeah, so person start having a conversation. This is a natural conversation, is going in just normal language, like you do with any waiter and waitress in the restaurant. And that objective of this waiter is just to help you to decide your order. It picks up and put it together, it finalizes that order, and then it also places the order into the hotel system. So it goes into the database of an restaurant, then is available on an application, and that also email notification goes to respective individuals, and then someone can start preparing that order, and then system can update it back to this conversation. So this is a sort of a scenario. So I will pick up and showcase, and first we will go.
But
I
I
will
had
give
a doubt here. Can I
yeah,
speak? Yeah.
yeah, please.
So here you are saying the mode of language is normal English or any language that we use, a normal language that we use.
So currently, what scenario and sample I'm showing, yeah, it is trained in English. So you normally do a conversation in English, but yeah, we can always choose that mode of language, and we can train the bot in a different language as well. Yeah,
So
that's
these agents and these bots are basically trained to interact with the normal human world in their language. Am I right?
yeah, yes, yes, exactly. And they also are basically task oriented. That's why we call it an AI agent. So it's not only having a conversation; it is executing the task. It's
Okay.
sending back that information, executing the task. So there is a uh, so Shivani, if you really see, this is my chat GPT. Currently, I'm showing that about that how the bot and interaction part happens, and then I will be showing that then how it is actually doing the job. So that's I just open a couple of more screen. I also open a screen of my app here. So this is my application, hotel application. So I created a very dummy hotel application. And if you
Okay.
really see, this is a food order. So this is a Taj restaurant. This is the order app, and this is you can see there's a few of pending orders are there, and there's some completed orders are there. So, but let me start with a conversation. So these are that. This is my team. So I will pick up that restaurant executive. So this is a bot. Currently, it's just yeah. The if I share it with someone and someone can put
So
open in a
these are all the bots that, sorry, agents that you have made for yourself.
yes, yes, exactly.
Oh, you
So
already have an army.
yeah,
I'm
I
just
have
dreaming of it and you already have it.
yeah, I have few. I will explain them, explain about them. This is a bit of my team, but at the same time, some of them I've created for a demo purpose uh, and also for as a part of few projects. So I have a few projects as well. I keep trying and working on it. So this is a restaurant executive, and his name is Ali. Okay, he introduced himself that okay, I'm Ali. So if I just try to chat with him, I say hi, and what it says, hi, I'm Ali, your waiter today. Can I know your name? So it's asking my name because that's the way, because when he has to place the order, he has to know the name of that individual. So it goes with that. So I probably say, let me use your name, Shivani. So I say Shivani. So nice to meet you, Shivani. What you would like to have? Okay, Shivani, are you vegetarian, non-vegetarian? Which
I
what is
like to have butter chicken and a plain naan.
okay. So let us check what he has got in a chicken.
Okay, sure.
What is there in chicken? Okay, so it has gotten some starters, some main course, chicken tikka masala, madras chicken. Oh, Shivani, I think it doesn't have an butter chicken. So probably we can ask him what it says. Can I have butter chicken? Let me see what he's saying. Okay, he's saying butter chicken is not in our menu, but I got chicken tikka masala. It's the
Okay.
name. So it's suggesting is something closer to that.
Hmm.
Uh, so are you happy with the chicken tikka masala?
Yes, I would like to go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so I say chicken. Okay. Uh, yeah. Uh, as a starter, would you like to have anything, maybe main course or some bread, rice, or something like that?
Yeah, I would like to have. Yeah.
Shivani, would you like to see that actually the menu, what is there in our entire menu out there? So,
Yeah,
uh,
actually, I would like to see what is in the menu.
okay. So, can I say the menu? So, it has given you a link, and let us click on that link. Okay. Uh,
Wow.
so, this is the menu. Probably it's basically you can see the menu. Okay, so it has provided you with the menu. Okay, now let us go back onto Thai's restaurant things. Like, sorry, my this thing. Okay, now let's have a conversation. So we'll not make any decision. We will confuse him a bit. Okay,
Oh
so
my God.
you said in a main course, what you said in a main course you would like to have?
Chicken tikka masala.
Chicken tikka is a starter there. He said that. So I
Okay.
said chicken tikka. So let's ask tikka masala as main course as well. Okay. So far we have an okay chicken tikka masala, chicken tikka. Okay, so you have got one chicken tikka masala. What do you like? Bread, rice, anything?
I would like to have some bread. What are the options there?
You would like to have some bread.
Yeah.
Some bread, please. So these are that different option.
Okay.
What do you like to have?
I would like to have the traditional naan.
Okay. Okay. Normal naan.
So it took normal naan to the traditional one. So
Okay.
like it connected the two things.
Yes.
Even if I
Yes.
said the normal naan, it took traditional naan automatically. Yeah. Good.
Yes. That's that what the waiter does. And what that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to not exactly communicate in the exact language. I'm talking like an human. We need to see that it has to be that
Correct.
much intelligent. Okay. So now what we say is asking us to whether we should have placed the order and all. So I just ask one more thing. So what is most popular here? So now it is going in a, it's not just entering, it's checking that history, most popular dishes are, and that is coming, what dishes are normally ordered by people. So I will show you that there is also history things out there when we'll make it, and how that you can access to that history of that order database and communicate, and
Can
that's
we
why.
change the order? Like, what if I say instead of chicken tikka masala, you make it madras chicken? Can it do that as well?
Change in tikka masala plus chicken. See? Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. Like,
Okay.
it's so good.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I just said, now he's asking that, would you like to add anything or shall I place the order? And I say, okay. So I said, okay. Now it's communicating with the system. Uh, so it's when say talk to hook, so it's basically talk to an API. Your order has been placed, Shivani. It's given an exact quantity, and enjoy your meal. Let me know you would like to have anything else. So let me see if your order has. So this is the menu. This is our application, and I sync this application, so it fetches that fresh data.
Oh, wow.
Shivani, your order is pending. Okay, and so exactly that was your order. And if you go check uh, hotel staff, now this application is being accessed by hotel staff. They can see when this order is placed, what is the name of the customer, what is the order, and they can change the status and save it. So it's just saved already.
I hope I actually get the order.
Yeah, unfortunately not. So now it
Yeah.
has into completed sections. So
Okay.
this order is completed. So that
Okay.
is a way. Now, if you even if you see, I can show you that. Have you received a mail as well for that hotel staff has received a mail notification as well. So that means see. Okay. So there are the few food order. This one looks like, yeah. See the mail. You can see the mail.
Yeah. So this will go to the client's email history, right?
No, no. It will this mail has gone to that hotel staff.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Okay.
so that is gone into, so there's a both the things. So that order is placed into that application, but at the same time it sent in a notification. So that
Okay.
if they forget to see in that application, they know there is a
They can see.
notification has
Okay.
come.
Works.
So they need to do that. So it is gone into a request where kindly prepare. So it's saying that order is placed, kindly prepare. Detail as below. Okay, and it's exactly time of that order and everything has come out there. So now, so this is a workflow. You find it exciting, first of all?
Very exciting. I am imagining a plethora of scenarios where I can use this alone.
Okay. So
I can
we will.
make my mom use this whenever she is getting confused on what to cook for dinner.
Okay, great. I
Yeah.
think let me. So this is, yeah, you can do for various purpose. You can create your own agent, or you can create a professional agent who is doing that some job for your
Correct.
business. So there's a business agent and your personal agent. So there's the two ways you can do that. So it's normally you go on a normal your you
So
keep going
now
on.
we are learning on how to build an agent step by step, right?
Yes, I would start with first we create. Uh, chatbots. So that conversation mode, and then we'll see that how it integrates with the workflow. We will also cover that part. I will skip the part of like UI integration, like WhatsApp and Telegram, because we can't cover everything in that session, and that's bit tricky. But we will cover that. Yeah, it's communication bot, and it's sending that instruction back and feeding into the system. So yeah, it's doing some sort of task anyway. So let me start how you first, I think, your chatgpt.com you go. That's, I think, you keep using a lot. And there are the two ways of it. So one is that is a once you are that subscriber of ChatGPTs, you can go and there's a section called My GPT. Okay. So once you go on a My GPTs, uh, so this is showing all your GPTs or bots you have created. So that's my bots. Okay. Uh, I can create a new one, okay, and I can edit and modify my existing one. So something like that. I pick up first my restaurant executive and see how it looks. Okay, what I've done it to create it, and so if I go my restaurant executive, uh, this is a configuration of it. So I've given a picture to that. So my restaurant executive looks like this. I given a name of to this agent. So it's a restaurant executive. I given a bit of nothing what it is about as in a restaurant executive
Okay.
with this customer finalized. Then I've given some list of instruction to that. So
Okay.
I given like I'm telling him what he has to be known. So your name is Ali, executive Taj. At your start, introduce yourself. So how he needs to introduce. Only start further conversation when name is told. So he won't continue the conversation until some person doesn't tell their name,
Okay.
because he has
Okay.
to. That is a mandatory information he needs to have to place the order. Once name is asked, what you would like to have. So there's a some sequence of instruction, but it's not. But this is using as a guideline. So you know that when you hire someone, so if you like you hire
Mhm.
a you given us some list of an instruction
Of
it
course. Of
but,
course.
but you don't say that he blindly follows that, but he says this is a guideline, so then he can keep that structure around that how he has to follow that guideline. Okay,
So
always
basically, I'm the boss and telling my employee what to do.
what to do, yeah. And like also like I'm always refer internal menu and detail while responding. So I'm telling don't go and check the menu of other restaurant and start talking about it, just use that your internal menu.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
If
Yeah.
a customer asks show and tell menu, so I given this menu is online is kept here. So I created a menu online and on some link and where people can, so you say you can refer to that link. If question is not answerable, so if like someone is asking very weird question which is not answerable, so it always can I can't answer it. Please contact hotel staff. Uh, so there's some instruction and order confirmation. Once agreed, place the order like in this format. So I given him a format of the order like name of customer, dish name, quantity, place order, and he has to communicate to system. So this is a hook.make.com. It has to communicate, and then also I have given him some knowledge. So this is the knowledge where I uploaded like
Okay.
a Taj restaurant order history. I or uploaded the menu. You can upload as many documents which he can refer as in a knowledge base. I given us some idea that he can search the things on a in general on a web and all, but it's always priority is to use an internal information and anything very general. Like if even like what do you think? What is the weather like outside? So it can talk about
Mhm.
that as well. Okay,
And do
and
you need to add only PDF files or any Excel or Word documents or etc. would also work?
yeah, no, it works. I don't think Excel works very well out here. I tried it
Okay.
out. It's able to read from a textual format, so you can
Okay.
upload text file, Word file, and PDF. I always prefer uploading a PDF, so you can put into a structured way. So your Excel format, so like order history, what I did, I extracted into a PDF and
Okay.
uploaded. So that's uh, approach I've taken. Uh,
Interesting insight.
so this is the action part. So this is the action part where I given an action, and this action part is having some sort of a script. Uh, Now this is a script for that action, but you need not to worry. You don't need to create that entire script. You can generate the script, or probably we can provide Shivani the template of that script where an
Sure.
instruction guideline, the people can use it.
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you mean by action? When you say action, what does
So
that mean?
action means when it's taking an action. So like it's placing that order into the system, it's an action.
Okay.
So
So
when you are having a talk, conversation, but you are executing a task. Okay, so you are executing a task like placing the order. So you go
okay.
and interact with another system, and you feed into. So like uh, if you say the restaurant person, what it does nowadays, they come with some sort of an iPad in their hand, or
Yeah.
some sort of
Mhm.
things, and they will take an order. And what they do, they submit that order into the system. So when they submit that, this is a task or action they take. Okay, so that's the same action it is taking. It's
So when
going.
we were, yeah, sorry to
No,
interrupt. Like when we were conversing with the bot, with the agent, and there was this line add hook. Sorry, what was that? Hook.eu to dot make. So at the end, when it took the order and placed the final order, that was the action you are referring to, right? That
yes,
action went to the app of the restaurant and it triggered the order there. That is
yes,
what you mean, right?
yes, yes, exactly, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it can be you can add a multiple action. So I've added a like a one action. You can create a new action. You can say okay, do this on that, and you can give a bit of the guideline what it needs to submit the order, what it needs to do, different action on what scenario it needs to take in a different action, and it can basically do a different action on a different point of time. So that is normally AI agent works. They takes an action, they execute some workflow, or they execute some operation. So this is the way it does work. Probably I will showcase that how you can create it yourself. So let me go back. So this is a part. That's the way it is configured as of now. Does it sound all right, or you still have any questions, Shivani?
For now, I'm clear. A little confusing, but with practice, I know we can
Yeah.
get hands
Okay.
on with it. Yeah.
Okay, so I see that. Okay, let me create an a GPT. So now let's say that how we create an a GPT. Okay, so probably we create a new one. So that would be
Okay.
much easier. So this is absolutely a fresh new GPT. Okay, there are the two ways of that. There's a AI itself generated. So normally you can given us some instruction that you want to create an a GPT, or you want to do it for so and so purpose and all, and it will generate it by its own, and then you can do a bit of a changes. But what we will do, we will go a bit of the manual way where we will configure ourselves from the scratch. Okay, so here is that. So first, let this time we call it restaurant waitress. So create a female waitress, restaurant waitress. So we are given what is that chatbot about, restaurant waitress. Okay, and we give a name. Any name you would like to give to her, Lisa?
Lisa is fine. Yeah.
Okay, uh, okay, and let's attach a picture to that. So it's very good. Means I think that's quite important that you have an uh,
Yeah.
some sort of a
Please.
picture. Okay. So we have a few pictures. I've already put it out there. What you would like to take something like the bot
Sample.
looking like this one?
No, the
Uh,
second one, sample three. It looks more human like.
okay. So this is Lisa. Okay. I short description about okay. Uh, uh, restaurant address, help customer placing their order. So we give a bit of a description. Now we need to give an instruction. So what I do that I probably copy it because I can't type
Yeah.
that takes out there. So let me see if I copy some things easily. So my restaurant and instruction for what. So I have copy from my previous one. Okay, so these are that instruction. Okay, take this instruction. But we make a bit of the changes. So your name is Lisa. Execute and introduce. I am Lisa, the waitress, because she's female. Can I know your name? And I think so I'd say, what would you like to have? Everything else can be the same. Uh, Customer, quantity, place order, and something like that. Okay. And conversation starter, we give in a hi, Lisa. Uh, Cool. And then we upload a knowledge base. Okay, so what we do, we we sorry, before uploading, what we do, we create this bot. Okay, who can
Okay.
access this bot? Anyone with the link. So it's like if you want to share as a link for an outside world, you can share within a link and only me. So sometimes you create a bot for yourself, which you only access. So you can
Mm-hmm.
put it on me, or you can say GPT store. When you do in a GPT store, it would be available like in a Play Store of like Google of the GPT where people can see that's a
Okay.
bot. So if like a very general purpose, you want many people to use it, you can put it in a GPT store. Now, if I just say save, it can take a bit of time because what it's saying is taking all that instruction. Now that is created a link. So like view GPT, if you see view GPT, so if I try to say open new tab, see my view GPT, it looks like that.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Okay. Now this is not yet trained properly. It has got that instruction, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have an knowledge base. So it may not be able to communicate very well. So what we will do now, we close this out. I'm again into my configuration mode. And what I do that I upload files. Okay. Now I upload files. I just say where I'm my restaurant. And I upload a menu and I upload a Taj Hotel history. Okay. I probably showcase that how this menu and Taj Hotel history looks like. So this is a Taj Hotel order history. Okay. So it is,
Okay.
uh, okay. So this is the history looks like. It is in a pending order and also and how the menu looks like. Let me see how my menu looks like. This is the menu looks like. Uh, it is the menu is in a, created in a way bit of a more instructive because so that it can understand well what it. So it's like if I just say, oh sorry, what is happening? Okay. Uh, Categories of the order, item, description, price, veg, non-veg, go with what it goes with and all. So a little bit more informative. Okay.
So
But
can
yeah,
we say the quality of data depends the output of the conversation that
yeah,
the agent is going to have?
perfect. Yeah. If you would have a more proper data, more structured data and clean data, it would be able to do a better job. So that's called the performance improvement. So your data and training would be good, so they will perform well. If you would want be like as a patchy data and also they would basically do a bit of weird stuff as well. So yeah, it's very important. So I upload. So where I was already in the form of uploading. I say I'll upload Taj Hotel menu and this both the files together. They are getting uploaded. Okay, now this my knowledge base is uploaded. I say I image integration. I remove that image integration. I just say web search canvas. Okay, and I update my bot at this stage. So at every stage, I can update my bot. Okay. I don't say, okay, I don't want to copy link and invite. Okay. So now uh, create action. Now this is a very important part. So if I just say create action, so it is saying, does this action required authentication? And then we will have to put that schema. But create action first, we will have to where it is going to communicate to. Okay. So that's a very important part, how and where it is going to communicate to. So I will jump into that, how we have created that some workflow in the background, which it will communicate with. Okay. So let me go and showcase you some things. Okay, so this is a make.com, is a no code, low code platform. It's pretty much free for up to uh, some transaction, and then there is a very small charge for that money transaction you are doing it. So yeah, it's I won't go in detail, but there's a many other tools out there. So I've used Zapier and I've used some other tools as well. Make.com is becoming a bit popular right now because it's very user friendly and easy to use. So let me get into that. And it provides a lot of tutorial and videos where you can learn easily. And I log in into make.com. I just probably go and log in with this account. I deal with this account. Okay, so there's a scenario section. So you create a scenario for everything. So like that earlier bot, what I was showing, that was doing. So it was talking to this scenario. So if I show you this scenario, so this is the scenario where this is particularly the webhook. So webhook means it's a sort of an API, and it has a certain format. So it's always keep waiting. So this is a immediately as data arrives. So as soon as some data arrives, it get triggered. Okay, and it's it basically there is nothing much you have to do. It's automatically configured once you determine that structure of it, and then what it does, it triggers that Google Sheet. So this is I've connected. So I've used the database as in a Google Sheet, but you can use various other data sources or um, uh, data like something like air bubbles. You can use MySQL, whatever data you can connect with, you can use it. But for the demo purpose, I've done it Google Sheet, which is on my drive. So I connected to my drive here. So this is my drive, and then I connected. After going to drive, I've gone to a different folder within my drive, and then there's a different file. So I've already created a file called food order. So that is a sort of a Google Sheet, Excel sheet. And if I show you that file, something looks like this. So this is food order file. If you really see, so this is the food order file. Okay, so this file is having like date, time, status, orders, vary, and this is the sheet one. Okay. So I'll just probably close this and go back here. So yeah, so in a Google Sheet, and then after this, it is in an add row. It adds the data into a Google Sheet. Then it fires the email. So this is the email configuration part where you have I've configured with my mail credential using my mail credential and all. It's a bit tricky sometimes. Uh, you can use the Gmail or you can use some others. Gmail has some restriction as of now. Yeah, you can still use it, but you need to have to create that client ID and credential on a Google Cloud. If people know that, if people can't do that, they need an instruction how to create client ID and credentials on a Google. There's a lot of instruction available on net, and also this particular flow when you try to do that, provide the link with where there's an instruction. And even if people struggle, they can always contact you, and I can provide that.
Of course, of
That
course.
is, yeah, yeah. So now coming back onto this, where that I need to send the mail, and where what would be the subject, what would be the content of that particular uh, mail would be, that is coming out there. So we will, I just showing what is the existing one. We will try to create new one, Shivani. So yeah, it's basically would be much easier. So this is a sort of now workflow we are executing.
Workflow, yeah.
So what we will do that we'll try to create another similar scenario. So how do you create it? So if I create in a new scenario, I create in a new scenario, I create in a webhook, and there is a custom webhook. I create in a custom webhook and choose. It asks me to choose an webhook, or probably I can create a new webhook. Okay. I probably add a webhook. Okay. If I add the webhook, I give a webhook as a name. I say test to save. And it's basically you have to, now it's waiting for that first initial data. If once you send
Okay.
that first initial data, it will configure itself, and then you can start using it. Okay. Now, how we send, and this is a webhook URL. So it is given a webhook as a URL. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Webhook is having a URL. Okay. So this is a particularly URL and then backside of it. So now we will configure this webhook. So let us configure this webhook out here. Let me see how do we configure. So we need an schema here. Now, how we create that schema, I've got already, I will use that existing template to do it much quicker. So probably let me open, if I got something. Uh,
This is so interesting. Can't take my eyes off the screen for a single second.
Perfect. Yeah. And then, yeah, that's quite exciting stuff. So now this is a script template is there, and it is having a webhook URL, and it's having some sort of endpoints. So this is the endpoint, which is very unique for the webhook we would be communicating with. And then it has some structure that how that uh, data will go, so like a customer name and order. So yeah, it's, I'm not going to techie, and people don't need to go that. They can always use the template and they can regenerate that script. So what I will do that I will use this same script, and I will change that my endpoint only. So this is my endpoint. So I will use that endpoint from here. So if you really see, the endpoint is here.
Okay, okay.
So I'm use this endpoint, and I put it out here. Okay. And you, now basically what we do, we try to test it. It can hit our webhook or not. So what it is asking to send some, so it's trying to uh, send some order. So it's trying to create it. So what you would like to name and list of you would like to. It's asking to quickly give us a name. So I just say Deepak and one chicken tikka. So giving a sample order which
Mm-hmm.
it try to send. So yeah, first time it is doing, so it's always trying to see what we are communicating with, whether we should allow it not. So I just say allow. Uh, it's it's trying to do that. Uh, Sometimes takes bit of my time. It's sending this order in this format. Uh, yeah. So you see, it has now captured that how that order should be coming, how the
Correct,
message will
correct.
be coming. So now I given a structure to that. So now this has got that structure. I think that's a key part. When it's got the structure, it can start. So now if I add a Google Sheet, I take the same approach, add row. I use that connection. I use my drive. I choose the files. Choose folder. I take restaurant project. I choose file within that folder, food order. Okay. And we go sheet one. Okay, now it has got few columns there. So I say customer name, I map with my customer name. Order, I map with the order.
Hmm. Okay.
And date time, for the date time, because this is a something I need to do a current date and time, and it's not coming as an input. What we will do, we will go to the calendar, and there is a now. So we will put date time should go as in a now.
Okay.
And status, now status is a always we need to put in a pending. So we will type pending here, and this is the way our
Okay.
Google Sheet is configured. Now the same things we will do for mail. Okay, so again there is a, if you search for mail module, so there's a Gmail module is there. As I said that you can configure your Gmails, but as I said, when you go to configure your Gmail, you can't use your normal login and password. You will have to create a client ID and credentials, or you can use a general mail. Uh, uh, Always module is there. So yeah, email. Sorry.
So you said these all on how to configure that there are a lot of materials which are available on Google, right?
Yes, yeah. Go not on that. If you go onto make.com, there's a academy and there's a support material.
Oh,
So yeah, you
great.
need to do a bit of or any other tool. So this is the one tool you can use various others. So like as I say, yeah, so you can use it. Yeah, obviously when you try to do this integration part, this is little bit not very technical. You have to write a code, but you need to understand bit of technology that how you can configure the things. Okay, so if I just said, yeah, so this is the way you can choose your email. As I selected an email, and this I select a module like send mail. When I select a module like send mail, it asks me to. So there is a various way to connect. So if I go, it asks me a connection type, which type. So I created a Microsoft connection type, and because I've already logged in, it is giving me on a list my Hotmail connection, and then I can write what would be the subject of that mail would be. So if I just say order is placed, and content type would be HTML. Then say I say your or the customer order is. Then I say customer name, and I map with this customer name, and order map with this order. Okay, yes, I'm keeping it very simple. So like
Hmm.
you created a message format, and I just say
Same.
save. Okay, now sorry, it is asking me where you need to send it. So yeah, you can write down any mail like test@gmail.com, something like that, where you want this mail to go. Okay, and save. So you have created a absolutely similar kind of an workflow.
Perfect.
Okay, and which you can use it. So I'm not trying to test it out there because yeah, but this is the way you create a script, and you change this endpoint on that script, and you can send that message and then start communicating with that. So this is the whole workflow, as I've explained how to create that first chatbot and how you can configure it. Okay, so I just close this, and this is my bot, and I can start communicating with this bot, something like this. I go and preview my bot and check. Okay, I can share my bot. Only me, anyone with the link, I just say copy link, and I open this bot, how it looks like. So the bot looks like something like this.
Hmm.
Okay, and hi Lisa. So at least we can take it
Wow.
is follow. So the same things what you are doing, it will do that. We are not going to repeat that, but that's the way you can create the bot. There's a bit of a tricky part. How I don't know, Shivani, how you can
Yeah.
share that, but you can let your viewer know that how they can access that some of the material like a template for that script or some instruction to configure Gmail and all.
Yes, they can just mail me and like the content and mail me with their email IDs. I'll share that with them.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
yeah.
How you find that, Shivani?
Oh my God, I'm so like
I just
right now in this entire stuff. It's easy, but at the same time, I would require a lot of practice to, maybe get into the technicalities of configuration. Being from a non-technical background, it seemed a little tricky, but yeah, with a little bit of practice, it can be done very easily. And you have explained it so well. And just from a layman point of view, there is a lot of noise around AI and AI bots versus AI agents. So, can you, in a little bit of brief, explain what is the difference between an AI agent and an AI bot?
Okay. So so there's I think the AI bot is generally that you created a bot, you can have that conversation. Okay. And now they normally, if you configure some sort of task along with that, you can call them an agent when they are able to execute a task. Now the point is coming agentic AI, which is little bit further ahead of it. So now, as of now, what we are doing, so we create an AI agent. So we instruct that AI agent, we train that AI agent onto a particular data, then it continue working as per that training. And it's
Okay.
making the decision the way we have trained and instructed for. So it's not basically making its own way of doing the things. Okay. So it is, I give an example of like you have a security guard at your gate and you given a security guard an instruction that anyone comes, you need to check an ID card, and the person is coming and he knows that this person lives in this society or is in buildings and he knows that person, but he has to check
To
that
stop.
ID card. He won't
Correct.
allow that person to enter the building until unless there is no valid ID card. And if the person goes out and come back again, he will have to check that
Check.
ID card. But if you say if the guard start working like that, he start making a decision. Oh yeah, I know that guy. Then it can make a decision. We can just say, okay, I can
Mhm.
allow that person to go in because I know that person. So that is why that agentic AI about. Agentic AI is where they continue to learn based
Okay.
on to a different scenario. So it's like they can learn on the job. So, and they can take a decision based on to their understanding without even taking or maybe a certain time following that absolutely guideline. So this is a something agent is becoming more and more smart and they're making that quite independent decision. And they can work with the different agents. So they can communicate with the different agents. So this is all about the agentic AI. So agentic AI is quite good when there's a very complex workflow, but at the same time, there's a challenge that how much control you want to give it to that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like if it's saying using your credit card and placing that order and
How
probably
much? Yeah.
using,
Deepak, I saw on your screen, which we discussed earlier, there were a lot of agents that you had created. Can you, if you don't mind, share a few of them with us?
okay, so okay, there's a few agents out there. So this is if you really see this deep fit is a like my fitness coach and fitness consultant
Oh,
kind
wow.
of agent. It does talk about it can take say that individual's data, like your personal data, like what you're doing, what you're eating, what's your lifestyle, what's restriction, and gets given a customized plan, do a follow up. So it's like a fitness coach. Okay. Then there's a Tingu writer. Is that the agent is basically helps me to create a content. So now what I have done is in these things, yeah, you get the chat GPT also can create that content, but the chat GPT created a content based on to in their own style. So now the
Yeah.
Tingu writer is basically I fed with a lot of content which myself I've generated even like few years back when the AI was not there. I created a lot of content. So I use that content and I that my way of writing emails. I given some sample emails like how I write a formal mail, how I write in a casual mail, and I given everything to that. And when I use this to create some maybe a drafting an email or drafting any content, it use my writing style and approach.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, and Tinky Screener, I've used it for screen a lot of profiles and CVs or any sort of. It's generally I'm using more for a CVs, profiles, and job description and all. I'm mapping it out that and it create an assessment. It is also trained to give me a feedback into a particular way. It's also see what so like I screen a lot of CVs. So I what I like to see in that particular CV, what I like
Okay.
to see in a person apart from that normal skills. Okay, so that is also trained to look all that aspect which I try to see that and I continue to train more and more. Tolly Reader is it's this is a very quite interesting bot. So this is when I don't want to read any particular document. I'm tired of sitting in front of the screen and I don't want to. Or probably I'm doing some parallel task probably. So I prefer to someone to read for me, and
Okay.
it can read, and it's not just dictating. It reads, summarize, it continue to take a pause, ask a question if I have missed something and I have a question about something, so I can go ask her to go back and answer me particular point which she read about, and what was if I missed some data point. So it can communicate and work that way. So that's yeah, I have quite diverse portfolio. Uh, yeah, Tony Kachar, yeah, let's not talk about him.
Interesting.
Uh,
Interesting.
it's some different things
Yeah.
are there. Yeah.
But
Any other
thank
question?
you. Thank you for sharing this. And what do you think are some of the practical areas in which me or anyone else in their daily life can use that? This was very specific to your needs. What are some areas which we can use in healthcare or maybe in our personal lives?
Yeah, great. That's a very good question. So now this is the way we all are using ChatGPT, and in our personal life we are trying to majorly we are using to create a lot of content, or probably writing emails and all, and drafting some letters. And so even whatever field you are, nothing specific, whatever field you are, there is a way you can use it more smartly. So if I give an example, if you are a lawyer, if you're a lawyer and you can create this, it's not like you have to create an AI agent, but at least you can create even like bots for yourself, customized bots. So like use a case specific bot. So you are kind of following some particular case, and you are
Oh,
creating a lot of documents. So you can feed the document to that bot, and you can continue bot to access those document, and this bot you can continue having a conversation, keep taking the intelligent insight and your next action plan. So this is the kind of assistant who has an access to, or probably you want to refer back some things, so rather than you going and checking all the document back, or you can make some master bot which basically can have an access to your all case files, and it can tells you what case file you need to refer, what is there, and how you need to use it. So you can use that way. If you take an example of you are a student and you are studying something, so you may be creating your own notes. So you create your notes, you create some of your projects. So you are creating some projects. You are being issued a lot of material by your university or by your professor. So they are giving you a slide decks. They are giving you some sort of very customized or specific course materials whatsoever. You can put it all together on a bot. You can create that bot for yourself, and basically this bot can help you to, if you want to get some sort of a question answer, or it will provide in a way you have created and you have understood, rather than it's just giving you a very general knowledge sort of nice stuff. It would be very specific. It can talk your language, and if you want to create a new project, it can help you to use the content created by yourself, how you created the notes and all. You can reuse that. So you, as a student, you can create an assistant for yourself, which is very specific. So there are example in every field and in every profession. There is an example. You can create some sort of an agent and assistant.
yeah. That is very interesting. And thank you for sparing your time. And like this was such an interesting session, and I can't wait to get my hands on it and start building my own agents now.